Now, will you tell me where we are?
What were Sarah's instructions? To find a place that you've never seen before and then use your senses. Well, here we are.
Well, I don't need my other senses to tell me it's almost as cold in here as it was out there.
Well, you're right about that. The thermostat has been turned up, but the heat doesn't seem to be on, so I guess the boiler is broken.
Well, maybe we shouldn't have given Joseph the slip. He's pretty good at fixing things.
Yes, you don't seem to understand. The whole point was to get you up here alone. Well, to work on Sarah's instructions. But if you think that it's too cold up here, I suppose we could leave.
No. We're not going anywhere, Miss Gordon. We can supply our own heat, one way or the other.
Boy, it's like fate you showing up here.
No, Tina, has got nothing to do with fate. Actually, I was over at Ace's mansion. The rest of the family was there. And I got to thinking that maybe you were going to be a little bit lonely today having to come to work.
Lonely? Are you kidding? I'm going out of my mind. But now that you're here, you can help me.
Wait, slow down. What's wrong, Tina?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but something's wrong.
Well, I got that impression. Could you be a little more specific?
Well, look around. Do you see Ambrose and Serena? They're always around here, but no, they've left me totally in charge of Lord Love the Children.
Is that unusual?
Is it unusual? They haven't even checked in. No, they're up to something. I know it.
Well, Max, say something. I mean, you don't believe these two people that I had anything to do with the kidnapping of our son, do you?
No, of course I don't. I mean, this is so absurd, I just don't even know how to respond to it.
Well, I know how to respond. How dare you accuse me of something so terrible?
No one accused you, Gabrielle. We know your history, Miss Medina, and we know that your child is missing. Now, what we don't know is where you were at the time he was taken.
And that's not an accusation. Max, tell them that they have no right to insinuate such a thing.
Gabrielle, it'll just be simpler if you just answer the question.
What?
Gabrielle, just tell them where you were and what you were doing for the time you left the halfway house till the time you got to the park to pick up Al.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one night to live.
You don't seem to understand that we are on a very snowy mountain in a cabin with a broken furnace. Now, if we stay here, we're going to turn into two large icicles. I don't think your loyal subjects want a frozen prince.
You're the one who doesn't understand, Megan. There are many different ways of generating heat.
Yes, so you've said. But getting fresh doesn't necessarily mean we're going to stay warm.
Getting fresh? Oh, you thought I meant...
Oh, no, I didn't think that you meant. What did you mean?
Weren't you ever a Girl Scout?
A Girl Scout?
Yeah, the Girl Scouts. Didn't they teach you survival skills?
Oh, well, if you really must hear the sad story, yes, I was a Girl Scout. But they kicked me out.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, really. They did. They threw me out of the ranks because I tugged at the pigtails of Penelope Higginbottom.
You're making that up.
How could I make up Penelope Higginbottom? She deserved to have her pigtails pulled. She kept calling me what she kept calling me.
And what was that?
Oh, no. I have repressed that horrible memory. You're just gonna laugh.
No, I won't. I give you my royal promise.
All right. She kept calling me Dumbo. Hey, you promised.
Sorry.
Well, actually, I did have rather big ears when I was young. And I did not even get one single merit badge.
Well, it's a good thing my father believed in a complete education. Among other things, I once spent a summer on a wilderness expedition. I can light a fire without matches, if need be.
Yes, Raymond, but your problem is not matches right now.
My vision.
Yes, but don't get defensive. From what I hear, you're going to be lighting fires very soon. In the meantime, if you insist on staying here, it looks like I am going to be the one to light the fire.
Well, you know, Megan, it's not quite as simple as it sounds.
Oh, nonsense. I light up the television screen every day for millions of viewers. I don't see how hard it's going to be to light one simple little fire. Now, kindling is in there. I think all we need is a match Okay, this doesn't seem to be working. What is the
You
matter?
know, Megan, if you've never done this before...
I know. Paper. That's what I forgot. Perfect. Paper. Another match. It's showtime. Well, obviously, everything is wet.
Megan, may I take a crack at it?
Oh, by all means. I cannot deny any man his ego. Here you go. Move on over. Smoky Bear, fire away. I suppose it's going to be a lot easier to explain a few burnt fingers to your subjects. I mean, instead of a case of frostbite.
Very amusing.
Yes, I think it's frostbite.
You want a slow fire or a fast one?
Excuse me?
This wood, it smells like oak. It burns a little more slowly. Shall we use it, or should we look for something else?
Oh, no, by all means. Use it, definitely. Try and get it up and maintain it at 72 degrees. That's the best for my skin.
All right. One match should give us a roaring fire.
One match?
Mm-hmm. If I'm wrong, you can drive us back to town.
And if you're right?
Then you have to cozy up next to me in front of the fire.
High stakes, but you're on. Hi.
Hello there.
Hey. Well, not that I'm complaining, but what's all the kissing for?
Well, just wanted to show you that I find you irresistible, with or without your makeup on.
Oh, that's a nice line, but what's the real reason?
Audrey, you're so suspicious.
I'm not suspicious. You're just a terrible liar, so fess up.
Well, all right. I just want to make sure that I'll let you know how much you mean to me before I tell you what I've done.
If you return the Christmas present that I got for you, I'm going to be really...
Your son, Audrey. I did some more checking around as to where he's been.
I cannot believe that you won't let this die. I can't even count the number of times I've asked you to. Do you enjoy opening up old wounds, or do you just like to see me cry?
Of course not. I want you to have your baby back, that's all.
Impossible. He belongs with other people, not with me. So the best thing that I can do for him and for myself is try to forget. Because, see, John, the more I find out about him, the more I miss him. The more it hurts. The more I wish I could hold him in my arms. But that's not going to happen. That will never happen. And this perpetual misery is just not my cup of tea.
I shouldn't have mentioned it.
John, wait. I can't forget about it. Not now, so I have to know what you know. What happened to my son?
Fine. You got me. I was such a fool to think that I could outsmart the three of you.
Gabrielle, before you say anything
Max,
else, please
I've
don't...
got nothing else to lose, don't you see? I might as well tell them everything. When I left the halfway house, I met with my accomplice, and we slipped into the side alley to get changed into our disguise. And then when we came out, we were dressed as homeless people, you see. And then we went to the park and we abducted my son away from his babysitters.
What are you doing?
Herb, I timed it. I timed it so perfectly. But you see, my miserable little child, well, he just messed it up by getting emotional on me. Don't you see it was the perfect crime? It just didn't work out, did it? You and Mr. Sherlock here, well, you saw right through my alibi, didn't you? You pinned me down. You showed me up to be the inhuman, unfeeling, calculating witch that we all know that I'm capable of being, right? So take me in. Cuff me, take me down. Spare the trial, please, this time. Just execute me. Dear God, have mercy.
Just stop it now. No more confessions. There's nothing to confess. You've done nothing wrong.
Well, that's not what they think.
Herb, would you and Agent Draper please tell Gabrielle that you weren't insinuating she kidnapped her own son? Herb?
Gabrielle, I'm sorry if the nature of our questions upset you, but you must understand the position we're in.
Mr. Holden, at this point in a kidnapping investigation, we have to consider every possibility.
Well, I'm going to save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, Draper. This is one possibility you can stuff.
Max, it's quite clear how they feel about me. Don't bother.
Well, then it's about time we change their minds. Now, when you come in here accusing or even suggesting that she kidnapped her own son, don't you see what the hell you're doing to her? Can't you open your eyes and see it?
Oh, Max, come on, be fair, okay?
Fair? Oh, the great inquisitor's fair.
Look, it is standard procedure in a kidnapping case to question the parents.
Particularly when the parents have been involved in a long and difficult custody battle.
Oh, that excuse you're putting her through hell.
Ms. Medina, has your son been seen by a doctor recently?
Doctor?
Yeah, now why don't you give me his pediatrician's name?
Well, what the hell's this got to do with anything? What are you talking
I want to find out if the child has suffered any bruises or cuts.
Oh, that's it. We're going from simple kidnapping to child abuse. Well, he spends most of his time with me, not with her.
Max, well, I don't like this any more than you do, but we have to ask certain things.
Well, I got news for you, Herb, that you just asked your last question.
Listen, Mr.
Yeah,
Holden.
that goes double for you, pal. The only abuse that's going on around here is going to be you two if you don't get out and start looking for my son.
Is that a threat?
Dennis?
Let's check with Rafe's people in the kitchen, see if the wiretap is in place.
Sorry. I know they've got a very tough job to do, but that does not give them any right to go at you like that.
I don't care what they think or what they say. I want my baby back. I want my son.
Hey.
I want him back.
Tina, this may come as a shock to you, but you've been known to jump to a conclusion from time to time, you know?
Not this time. Cord, they haven't even called or checked in. No, they are up to no good.
Tina, it doesn't have to mean that. It could mean that they're out having a nice lunch to celebrate the holiday. Maybe they got stuck in traffic or something. I could think of 100 legitimate reasons for them not being here.
There is nothing legitimate about Ambrose and Serena. No, and they would guard this place with their lives. I tell you, if Ambrose got hit by a truck, he would crawl over here on his hands and knees to keep me from finding out any secrets.
All right, Tina, let's say you're right, okay? They're out there doing something wrong. What could they be doing?
What they usually do, they're selling babies for some profit.
Maybe, Tina. But how is that your problem? I thought that wasn't your problem anymore.
Of course it is my problem. Look, I have made a vow to myself that I am not going to let one more child be sold.
Tina, now come on.
Look, I'm sorry, what am I supposed to do? Just forget about what they're doing? I can't do it. Look, you know what? I'm going to follow them, and I'm going to find out where they're going, what they're up to, and then I'm going to tell the police so we can
All right, well,
dispose
just
of it.
stop, Tina. How many times have we talked about this? Haven't you realized by now that Ambrose and company can be very dangerous people? What?
Yes, but I can't let them just get away with it.
Tina, forget it, all right? You are out of this. You promised me that you were going to stay out of it. You want to take care of just getting out of the halfway house, right, Tina? You don't want to go to Statesville, so you have to stay away from this Lord Love the Children Foundation. Can you do that?
I'm trying to do that. And you know that I would do anything you asked me to do if I thought that it would mean going home to a normal life.
Tina, that is exactly what you have got to look forward to.
What I mean by a normal life is being there with my son and my husband. Now, are we talking about the same kind of normal life here?
The wood hadn't been slightly wet. I could have built a really great fire.
Yeah, sure.
If you don't believe me, I could certainly try and build another
Oh,
one.
no, I believe you, I believe you. When it comes to building fires, you know your stuff.
Thank you. But my wilderness skills are only a small part of the things I know.
If you don't say so yourself.
One thing I learned in America, if you can back it up, it's not bragging. There are many things I could teach you, if you're so inclined.
Well, it depends how inclined I would have to get.
Well, let's change the word to reclined on the bearskin rug, and I'll be happy to elaborate.
Reclined. Very provocative vocabulary. And how, may I ask, did you know we were on a bearskin rug?
Oh, it's easy. I could tell by the feel of it and the smell. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's obvious that you're not a person who's accustomed to using all her senses.
I beg your pardon. I can elaborate with the best of them.
Well, you know, it's nothing to be ashamed of, Megan. You know, some of us are forced to develop all of our sensory skills, and others, like yourself, rely merely on their sight.
And what's the matter with what I see and how I see it?
Well, nothing, but it's only a small part of it.
Agreed. But you're forgetting that I'm an actress. I'm trained to use all my senses to make the most of an important scene.
What kind of an important scene?
Action, drama, comedy.
Passion.
Passion, of course.
Care to prove it?
Prove what?
Well, that your senses are finely tuned and sharp.
Now, I thought that we were here to explore your senses. Wasn't that the assignment we were given by Sarah?
Oh, I see. You're afraid.
I'm
well,
not,
if that's
I'm
the
not
case...
afraid. You want to test me? Test away.
Good. We'll begin with your sense of touch.
Okay.
Now, your sense of touch. Close your eyes.
All right, they're closed. Now what?
Now, you say nothing. You do nothing. You just relax, breathe freely, and let me take care of everything else.
Raymond?
What's wrong? I thought the experiment was going perfectly.
Yes, it was. Even though I had my eyes closed, though, I think you tried to kiss me.
Very good. You passed the test.
Oh.
Almost.
Well, maybe it's a good thing I didn't.
Why not? Was I doing something so terrible? Don't you like to be kissed?
I don't think I'm going to answer that question.
No problem. I'm more than willing to wait. We have plenty of time and no pressing need to go anywhere.
Now, Raymond, you said...
I said that I wasn't going to kiss you until you were ready. I didn't say anything about studying your face. Now, that was my assignment, remember? To get to know all about a place that I've never been before.
I don't think Sarah had this in mind. Besides, you saw what I looked like before your accident.
Oh, no, it's not the same as memorizing it. Your chin, your cheek, your lips.
I think that about does it for my good point.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So maybe my stomach's pretty good. And my legs and my knees, but I really think that's about it.
Ah, don't be so modest. I would bet half my kingdom that you are perfect from head to toe. All you have to do is give me a chance to find out.
Don't try to spare my feelings at this point. Just tell me what you found out.
All right. You know how I told you that your son's first adoptive parents went to jail?
For dealing drugs, yes.
Yeah. Well, Lord Love the Children Foundation never resold your son.
What?
No. Ambrose and Serena Wyman, for some reason, didn't go for the quick profit this time. I don't know, Audrey. Maybe they were afraid of selling the same baby twice. I'm not sure. But I've located your baby. He's in a foster home in Ohio.
Where in Ohio?
Somewhere outside of Columbus. And the last word I got, he's still there. I'm sorry to give you this news out of left field. I know...
I'm glad you told me. Really, I am. Poor little guy. You know, he didn't ask to be born into this world, and he certainly didn't ask to be born to me. Somebody who would just give him away.
Hey, come on, you were young. You didn't know anything about raising a child.
No, wait a minute. There are no excuses. I got a million of them, believe me, and they don't work anymore. I can't change what I did when I was 17, but I can sure as hell do something about it now.
Are you thinking what I think you're thinking?
Thank you.
You're okay?
Actually, I'm great. I'm better than I've been in a long time because I know exactly what I have to do.
I know you do.
Ohio, huh? Columbus. I'm gonna find my son.
I guess we better start making plans, huh?
No, I'm gonna go today. I have a lot of vacation time saved, and I'll just explain the situation to Bo. I mean, he has to write me out for a while.
All right. But you take me with you. I mean, you need an experienced investigator to help you.
I really love you for making the offer, but I think this is something I have to do on my own.
You're sure?
I made a mistake a long time ago. And thanks to you, I get the opportunity to do something most people never get to do. I get to go back and rectify the mistake I made. So maybe you should just let me go do that. Anyway, I'll be back before you miss me.
No chance. I already miss you.
You do not have to pretend with me, you know. All the looks that Agent Draper and Herb are giving you and all the accusations, I know that must be hurting like hell.
You'd think I'd get used to it all by now, people staring and whispering. Tell me the truth. Have I sunk so low that it's just a natural reaction for people to assume that I could kidnap my own son?
You hurt Herb. In a case like this, it's standard.
No, it's not standard procedure. It's me. It's what everyone is thinking of me.
Well, they are wrong. Because in these last few months, you have become a totally new woman.
Yeah, I've tried, but you know, I think I have to face the fact that
Will
that's never
you
gonna
just
be...
shut up? The only fact that matters is that you've turned your whole life around. And if the population of Landview isn't smart enough or forgiving enough to understand that, then I say to hell with them. No, wait!
I've got the trace. Pick it up.
Max Holden. Hello? Max, this is Max Holden. What do you want?
Who is it?
Shh.
Look, Tina, if you're asking me if I want you to come home...
I'm asking you if we have a future.
This is neither the time or the place to discuss our future, Tina. But you know, I will tell you this. I mean, if you mess this thing up, if you get yourself into some kind of trouble and end up in Statesville, I can tell you we do not have a chance.
I guess I'm just so terrified of living my life without you. And I guess you just don't feel as strongly about me.
Tina, I feel as strongly as you do. You know that.
Not just because I'm the mother of your child.
No, not just because you're the mother of my child. Listen, Tina, as far as you're concerned, I've got a lot of feelings. There are other feelings, all kinds of feelings for you.
I know. But I'm changing, Court. I really am. I mean, even the worst of people can change.
Raymond, what's wrong? Do they kiss differently in Mendorra? I'm willing to learn a new language.
No, it's not that. You're very articulate.
Well, then why did you pull away?
I'm sorry, Megan. I had no right to kiss you.
Of course you did. I gave you the green light.
No, you don't understand. I had no right to bring you to this cabin, no right to put you in such a vulnerable position.
I brought you to this cabin. And I like this position. I thought you did too.
I do. Believe me. But...
But what?
Megan, a kiss is all I can offer. And even that was too much. Oh, damn it, Megan. All I want to do is hold you in my arms and make love to you like any normal man. But I'm not like other men. I have a destiny, a responsibility. I didn't choose it. It chose me. Soon I'll have to return to Mendorra and accept the crown and become king. And when I do, You can't be a part of my life. We've had our moment, our intermezzo. But now I'm afraid it's over.
Well, I'm glad that you had your fun. I'm glad that one of us got what they wanted.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, I understand what you mean. I was, what was that word, intermezzo? I'm sure that I'm going to make a very good story around the campfire some night in the
Now,
palace.
you know me better than that. I would never do anything to hurt you. Now, if I had come here with another woman, I might not have stopped myself. I might have made love, kissed her goodbye, and never given it a second thought, but I couldn't do that to you.
Oh, just my luck.
Meg, what I'm trying to tell you is how important you are to me. How special you've become. You have every right to expect more. I only wish I could be the man to give it to you. I'm sorry, Megan. Can you possibly forgive me?
Yes. Yes, if you'll forgive me. I have not been completely honest with you. I'm very happy that you stopped.
Al, this is your daddy, buddy. Where are you?
Al, sweetheart, is your mommy here? Are you okay?
Your son is tied up at the moment.
But who is this?
What have you done with our child?
You want me to hang up?
No, wait. You go. Talk, we're listening.
I want $500,000 in unmarked bills.
It's a lot of money. It's going to take me some time to put that much.
You don't have the time, friend. Neither does your son. So I will call you and tell you where to make the delivery.
The exchange. We give you the money, you give us our son.
First things first, friend. If you want to see your son alive again, don't tell anybody about this. Not the press, and that goes double for the cops.
Wait, I want to be sure that my son is okay. I want to talk to him.
Yes, Al. Al, darling, are you there? Please, hello? Hello?
I hope I kept him on as long as I could. I hope you got a trace.
I didn't stay on long.
Damn it! With all that electronic equipment, you can't trace one lousy phone call.
Alex, don't. We heard his voice. He's alive.
What about the other voice, the kidnapper? Did you recognize it?
No, not me.
Oh, it sounded so strange. It was like someone was trying to disguise it.
I'm pretty sure he was disguising his voice.
Well, maybe it's somebody we know. Somebody that was afraid we'd recognize their voice.
Well, it's a possibility, but it's not unusual for kidnappers to take this sort of precaution, whether they know you or not. It just tells us to be extra careful when we make the drop.
We?
Don't you worry about it. I realize we put you through hell today, Gabrielle, and I'm very sorry. From now on, we're going to do everything in our power to bring your son home safely. Agent Draper's already arranging for the $500,000 in marked bills.
What? Was I the only one who heard the kidnapper? He said he was going to kill our son unless we did what he wanted, and I'm not about to take any risks.
Gabrielle, the kidnapper's banking on your being threatened. But even if you go along with the threat, there's no guarantee that he'll keep his word and give you your son back.
Listen to the men.
Agent Draper's people have had years of experience in these matters. If you just let them do what they have to do, I can all but promise you a happy ending.
Oh, but promise. Oh, God, Herb, I need a guarantee that my son is going to be safe.
There are no guarantees. Now, I have every confidence in Herb and Agent Draper. They know what to do and how to do it.
Thanks, man. The sooner we get started, the sooner you'll have Al back.
Are you out of your mind? Are you really going to do that?
Shh. You know me better than that. If anyone is going to take a risk with my son, it's going to be me. From now on, Herb Callison, the police, and the federal authorities are off this case.
If you had made love to me, it would have been awful.
Oh, you don't say.
No, I don't mean it that way. What I meant was, a part of me brought you up here because, well, you know,
And part of you wanted to stay back in Landview? Safe from temptation?
Exactly. A prince is not the only one who has to live his life by certain rules.
Actresses, too.
Yes, especially this one. I'm very cautious. I never do anything impulsively.
Never?
Well, almost never, no. Oh, in this case, my prince turned out to be a prince.
I didn't want to use you, that's all.
You didn't use me. I used you. Or we used each other. You were escaping your responsibilities in Mendorra. I was bouncing off a relationship with Max.
And I took advantage of your vulnerability. I'm really sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. No, I'm the one that took advantage of you. Really, if you weren't an heir to a throne and therefore unavailable, I very much doubt that I would have asked you to come up here.
So, we were both playing the same game. It's because we can't have a future that we wanted this one brief time.
Intermezzo.
Wouldn't it have been simpler if we just made love and hated ourselves in the morning?
Now he tells me. Oh, I hope that your loyal subjects know what a wonderful man they're getting as a king.
I hope Fraternity Row appreciates the real royalty it has in you.
Would you mind writing that down? I could use all the fan mail I can get.
Deal.
Ambrose, please try to relax. All we can do now is wait.
Wait for what? That's the question, Serena. We have to be ready for unexpected developments.
But you said yourself the phone call you made was too short to be traced.
Well, that's true.
And we know Gabrielle will be too frightened to go against your instructions.
Well, I'm not worried about Gabrielle. She won't involve the police and risk her son's life. It's Max Holden. Men always like to play the hero. Most men, that is.
Not my Ambrose.
I'd rather be rich than heroic.
I want my daddy.
Would you please keep him quiet?
It's all right, honey. We won't let anything happen to you.
That's what I hate about this baby adoption business, is dealing with the kids. Sometimes I wish they were chinchillas.
He didn't mean that, honey. Ambrose really loves children in his way. And he always finds the nicest homes for them. Don't you, Ambrose?
Why, yes, I do. And I must say you were flawless on the telephone there, young man.
Did you hear that, honey? Flawless.
Yes. Well, that takes care of step one. On to step two.
Ambrose, are you
I
sure?
don't want my plans questioned, Serena. Now, Max and Gabrielle are only the first chapter. Now, I want them all. They have to pay. But in the meantime, I better get back to the office. We don't want to arouse any suspicions. You take care of our precious cargo here. I'll be back as soon as possible.
You realize what you're saying, don't you? You're gonna lie to Herb and this agent?
I didn't realize Herb Callis and Agent Draper were such chums of yours.
No, of course they're not. You know exactly how I feel about them. But
Well, then what's the big deal?
your life, our son's life.
Who was afraid we'd endanger Al by bringing in the police?
Yes, I know, I was. But Herb has said a few things that really do make sense. I mean, Draper and his men, they're professionals. Maybe we should let them have
These so-called professionals wanted to haul you in for kidnapping. Look, I'm sorry. I don't trust them. They play by the book, but the book doesn't always get it done. It is our son. It is our little boy. I'm not going to stand back and let someone else play with his life. That's up to me to find him and bring him back.
You're wrong. It's up to us.
Okay. And we have to play along with them. We have to convince them that we are with them 100%.
And what if the kidnapper calls back?
Look, I think he's too smart to do that. I think you'll find another way to get a message to
But
us.
if he does, what, are we just not going to tell the police about it?
That's exactly what we're going to do, unless you want them following us and blowing it when we try to rescue Al.
And what if something goes wrong?
Gabrielle, I'm not saying it's not going to be risky. But I think it's worth it. I would rather have Al's life in our hands than in the police's. If you're gonna back out of me, you gotta do it now.
No, you're right. He's our son, and it's up to us to save him.
You know, I really don't think we should stay up here much longer.
Yeah, it's cold.
Right, much too cold.
I could always put another log on the fire.
Oh, Megan, I'd love to, but...
It's too cold. It is.
Yeah.
Too cold. Here are your glasses.
Oh.
I'm gonna put out the fire before we go back to town. Want to hear a joke, Raymond?
Sure, why not?
I'm a comic. What's the secret of my success?
All right, I give up. What's the secret?
Timing. Guess that's our story, isn't it? You weren't rushing off to be king, and I wasn't bouncing off a relationship with Max. Oh, well. Fire's out.
Not entirely. Megan, I may not have the chance to say this to you again. In a few days, I'm going back to Mendorra to settle some things. And once I do, I'm coming back to Landview. And to you. And then maybe we can return to this cabin with better timing and kindle another fire.
Well, I'll have the matches waiting.
I'll be counting on it.
I know this may sound impossible, but I want you to try not to worry. Because I am super convinced that we're going to get Al back.
Oh, yeah? So why the turnaround? Not so long ago, you were thinking some rather dreadful thoughts.
Because I heard his voice. He's alive. We know that now. And I'm going to bring him back before you know it. He's going to be back in our arms.
Oh, when I hear you say that, I want to believe it so much.
I'll believe it. I haven't let you down yet, have I?
God, I don't know what I would have done all this time if you hadn't been there to stand by me.
Listen, Tina, I think it's great that you're not giving in to the post-Christmas blues. But I'm sorry, I gotta be moving. I gotta get back to Ace's.
You really have to go?
Yeah, I don't think it's very fair of me to leave CJ with Vicky and Renee all day.
No, it's not. He needs you to take care of him. But you know what? I mean, just you coming here and showing me that you were thinking of me in the middle of all the festivities, it means an awful lot to me.
Listen, from CJ.
Thanks. You give him a big kiss from me, too, okay?
I will. Listen, about Ambrose and Serena.
I know. I know. I can't stop feeling the way I do about them, and I wish there was something I can do, but the more... Well, I just realized that I can't do anything by myself. All I'll end up doing is causing more trouble for myself.
And you're not just saying that to appease me.
No. More than anything, I want to get out of this halfway house and home to my family.
Well, I think that's good. I think that's the first step.
One step at a time.
Yeah. Take care.
Lord love the children.
Tina, it's Serena. Let me speak to Ambrose.
Hi, he's not here, but I've been worried about you. Where are you?
That's not your concern. Just make sure he calls me the moment he comes in.
Well, where are you so that I know where to tell him where to call?
He knows. Just give him the message.
That's odd.
What's odd, my dear?
Oh, That was Serena on the phone. She really wanted to talk to you, but she wouldn't tell me where she was, and she sounded very upset.
Oh, no, that's just my wife's querulous telephone manner. So, how have things been going today here without me? Smoothly, I hope?
Yes, very. I just been concerned. I mean, it's not like you to not check in at all.
Pressing business, my dear. Fortunately, we have you to rely on, huh? Now, if you don't mind, I better call Serena right back. You know how she frets.
Yes, I do. Although it seemed to me that it was the child that was fretting.
Child? What child?
Well, I swear I heard one cry just as about as Serena was to hang up.
Oh, that's impossible. Serena's doing some paperwork for me in a building downtown.
Yeah, but I know I heard.
Well, you've been working with the children all day long. You're probably hearing them everywhere. Why don't you take a break? I insist.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Good. I regret this, Tina. Such a pretty thing, too. But you leave me no choice. You know what curiosity did to the cat? Same fate awaits you, my dear.